Alright everyone, and welcome back to the F1 League on F1 2015, and today we're at the Japanese Grand Prix and for round 14 of the season, and yeah, coming off the back of probably the worst ever league race I have ever done, which was at Singapore. You may not have seen the video I posted on Wednesday even, which might be yesterday depending on when this goes up. Well, I'm recording this quite late, so it probably will be Friday when this goes up, but yeah, that was a bit of a disaster. I just could not get the car working for me at all, and yeah, I ended up in the wall a lot. So yeah, hoping that won't happen today because we're at Suzuka, which is probably my all-time favourite track on the calendar, and the one I've always gone well at in league racing. I think the most successful track of mine, and hopefully it still is on F1 2015 then, because it certainly was on in the previous gen games, even on 2014 if I remember right. I think I got a podium at this track, but as you can see, it's raining a little bit, and yeah, it did pretty much mean that the only representative laps came in pretty much the first 2 laps that anyone did really. I think in fact for a few people it was just the first lap, but I made a bit of a mistake on my first lap, so it actually turned out my second one was a little bit quicker, and yeah, we're on that lap now then. So yeah, coming around the 130R now then, you can see it's starting to get pretty wet here then, and yeah, this really was the last chance to get in any kind of representative time, I think. As we come around the final corner then, sliding about a little bit but not too much actually, as we open DRS and across the line we actually go faster than Hickey, who also made a mistake on his lap I think, and we go 6th, and I don't think anyone else improved after that. So yeah, that was the grid then, decided in the early minutes of qualifying, with Blakey just about taking pole from Pro Racing, only a few hundredths of a second in it there. And yeah, a few cars didn't qualify, which was Garage Crab and Silent Mole, and I think they may have had glitches or something, and I think Hamilton Van joined for the race. So yep, looking at the strategy then, it actually put us on a 3-stop then. I'm guessing because we had a bit of tyre wear from our quali tyres. I'm not sure about that, but maybe that's why. I'd have thought it had been a 2-stop race, but we'll have to see how things go then. And yeah, we're just getting ready for the start now then. Don't think there's really anything we need to change here. So yeah, we're now going to go to the grid then, see what we can do from 6th place today. Hopefully we'll get a decent result here to make up for what happened in Singapore then. And the lights come on now then. And away we go then in Suzuka. And once again struggling to get a good start with the track control off. Hickey straight past us. We see 3 wide up ahead and they all end up in the wall there, so big shunt before we even got to Sim 1 there. So our teammate goes around our outside then. We're up into 5th place then. So we come around 10-2 alongside our teammate, but he's just put us in the wall there, and I've lost my front wing, and he told me that it was lagged, so yeah, it really can't be helped I guess. I mean, I'm sure I did that plenty of times in 2013 and 2014 when my connection was bad. But yeah, that has pretty much ruined our race then from straight away then, because got no front wing, got to do a whole lap back. But we're still in 6th place because everyone behind me also lost their front wing. So we've had 5 cars at the front who got away unscathed, and 5 at the back who all lost their front wings. So yeah, it's really going to be a race of 2 halves it looks like, as our teammate is on to queue in behind us, and yet literally everyone coming in there without a front wing. So yeah, incredibly after that we still emerged in 6th place and with a little bit of a gap actually. So yeah, it could have been worse, but we are coming out of the pits now then around about 45 seconds behind 5th place. So yeah, really not the start we were hoping for then, but hopefully we can still get 6th place in this race then, as out the pits we can. We're going to skip out to lap 4 then, and Hamilton Fan coming out of the pits then, so I'm pretty sure we had an incident with someone up ahead as well then, and we're going to see if we can try and pass him now while his tyres are still cold. We're a little bit wide in 10-2, but we just not really close enough to get alongside him towards 10-3. And it's very difficult to pass in these S bends, so we're going to have to try and, well, go for a tiny gap there then, when we just about had the space to get through there. And yeah, we really had to capitalise while his tyres were still cold there. And through we go then. Our options are still pretty fresh because we put them on the beginning of lap 2. And we're up into 5th place now then, and as you can see 45 seconds behind Hickey in 4th place. So yeah, it looks like 5th is going to be the maximum we can get from today's race, but we'll have to see if we can hold on to it as Hamilton Van's diving up our inside. Luckily he goes to our speed of open in the gravel there, and yeah, I maintain 5th place now, but he's right behind us now then through his these flat out right-handers then towards Spoon, and he's going for a look on the inside. I go on the outside, and I go to the inside then for Spoon. He's going to try and go around the outside, a little bit of wheel bang in there, and we're going to try and go back at the inside, but he looks like he's going to have the better traction on the racing line. He's through then up into 5th place. Then how can we get in the slipstream and pass me either 130R or the Casio Triangle? We're getting alongside him then because of the slipstream, we're going side by side through 130R. Luckily we both make it through there, and on the brake run at the same time there for the final chicane, so yeah, couldn't get through there. And yeah, still in 6th place then. He maintains P5 for now then, but we're going to have DRS now then, and he just drives on the grass for no reason there. I don't know what's going on there, but we passing then with DRS. We're up into 5th place once again, so I have to see if we can maintain this now then. We go a little bit deep in turn 2 though. Is he going to try and pass us back now then? It's going to be close, but we side by side in the S's, and it looks like, yeah, he went around the outside and then he had the inside line for turn 4. And yeah, he's up into 5th place then, so yeah, nice decent battle there for once. And yeah, skipping to lap 6 now then. We're still right behind him, but we got Dizzy Cupid now on his debut. Didn't get off to the best start because of that first lap incident, but he's fighting back now then. He's almost alongside us there then, the hairpin, because we ran a little bit wide. That was going to be on the inside for Spoon, so if he can get the braking right, he should be through here. He's at the inside, but he has gone a little bit deep there, so we're going to try and go back at the inside for the second part. We're at the inside, but then suddenly we've been spun off. I think he's gone off as well there, and I was kind of annoyed about that, but he did explain that he tried to avoid the collision there, so I mean that's alright then. And I mean, he explained it, so I'm not that bothered really. And yeah, we're going to skip to lap 9 then, and we had lost a bit of time to Hamilton fan because of that. I decided to look in the race direct to see what other people were doing. It seems that most people were onto primes after that first lap, and yeah, I went to look on the race direct as well, but yeah, it didn't really tell me much except for all the people who got involved in incidents. So yeah, we're in the pits then onto another set of option tyres then, which will be going to around about lap 17. And yeah, we merge stem dead last then, unfortunately, but with still a few up ahead of us to pit. And indeed, most of them do on the next lap then. We've got Grouse Crabbin, Case Legend and Jonesy there, who we've all still maintained our place over. So yeah, we're into 7th place now then. Dizzy Cupid's going to be coming in on the next couple of laps I think as well, and we'll be up in 6th place. And yeah, by lap 17 then, by the end of the stint, because I had a bit of fuel saved up, we had actually caught back up to Hamilton fan then, and we'll see if we can get close to another, as he made a mistake in Degner too, and we're going to look to the inside and hairpin, but he covered the line there then, so we couldn't get through. But we do seem to be quite a bit quicker at this stage, so see if we can try and pass them before we come into the pits at the end of this lap. And he's on the prime tyres now, and so he's probably going to be on options later on, so it'll be really helpful if we can get past him now then. So we're looking to the inside and Spoon. I thought he kind of forced me onto the grass there a little bit. It wasn't really anything major, but still I had to back out that one to avoid an incident there, which I wasn't overly happy about. But I mean, yeah, it didn't result in an incident luckily, and we did come into the pits then at the end of the lap then, so we couldn't get close enough again to pass in the final few corners of that lap. Into the pits we come then for our final stop onto the prime tyres now then, and these should get to the end because we did 8 laps each on the last couple of set of options, so 10 laps on prime should be no trouble at all for us. It'll just be a case of holding back all those who will be on option tyres at the end of the race, and that will be the challenge for us, and hopefully we'll still have a chance to get in 5th place then in today's race, as we exit in 9th place. Dizzy Cupid retired, and yeah, let's give a couple of laps then. Hamilton fan now coming out of the pits. We're going full speed though, so we're going to try and go around the outside in turn 1, and in turn 2 he's there on the inside, and we're going around and he's clipped my back tyre. Not really anything I could do though. I left plenty of space, but he was on cold tyres and he understeered into me. He seemed to think it was my fault, but I really don't think it was. But yeah, that did actually help us quite a bit then, because he would have been chasing us down options, and he's now dropped quite a bit of time. We've got Jonesy and Case Legend both coming in then for option tyres on the end of that lap there, so they'll be chasing us down now then. It'll be a case of trying to hold on to his 5th place as we skip to lap 24, and Jonesy has already caught right to the back of us then on those option tyres, and we'll have to see if we can hold him off then. There'll be a repeat of Spa almost maybe, but we're a little bit further from the end here then. We go deep into the hairpin, and we've made a mistake a little bit, and yeah, Jonesy's gone through, but at least this time we haven't lost our front wings. So yeah, we're down to 6th place then. It's really just a case of now trying to maintain the 6th place. I don't think we're going to be close enough to Jonesy again to pass him. So we got a little bit closer than Spoon there, but not really anywhere near enough. And yeah, we did manage to hold on to place just about then for the rest of the race. They get pretty close to the end with Hamilton finding Case Legend, but luckily the race ended right about then, and yeah, we maintained our 6th place. So yeah, decent race overall. It's a shame it got ruined sort of early on, and sort of half the field got split up from the rest early on, but it was still a fun race, I think. And yeah, we see the top 3 then, which was Pro Racing, Blakey and Silent Mall, I believe. And yeah, we see the winner, Pro Racing, who actually moves into lead the championship with that win then. So it's going to be an interesting final few rounds then, to see who takes the title then. And that's pretty close with Pro Racing and Jonesy, but I think there's a couple of others behind who are still sort of within range, I think, in the standings. And yeah, we'll have to see then who's going to take the title, and also in the constructors as well, because I think that's still pretty close as well. There's the final results then. Hickey was 4th, but Jonesy 5th, and I was 6th. Look on the race director now then, and once again a lot of incidents, luckily not really much involving me, but yeah, fair few for some of the others. But yeah, that is it then for today. If you did enjoy today's race, then like it would be appreciated. I'll see you all next time for the Russian Grand Prix. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.